I mean, we talk that talk all the time. I am God, I am a divine piece of the whole and the whole. And that's true. So appreciation, all that is taking you from where you are, however you might be feeling today. But when someone appreciates you, they are seeing more of that God, more of that divinity, more of that capability, more of that possibility. They are seeing that in you and reminding you of the truth of who you are. Now, I'm reminded of my godness. Of course, here comes contentment. Here comes warmth. Here comes peace. Here comes, this works for kindergarten students. This works for pets. If you say to the pet, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? They got a funny way of acting right. If you tell a kindergarten child, they have established that. You're so smart. You're so smart. Even if they ain't, if you tell them that long enough, when they're young enough, it starts to develop. An appreciation. An appreciation for what? Whatever you choose to highlight. Now, mind you, complaining is a form of appreciation. Because if I'm complaining about something, if I'm putting something down, I am putting value on something. I am lifting something up. I am appreciating. If I say, this place, nothing ever goes right here. I'm appreciating that. I'm lifting that up. Now, we were talking about fourth, fifth dimension and all that. Don't you understand that even in quantum physics, this is a universe where every possibility exists across the past, present, and future. When we imagine something, a lot of times we have been taught, and we were even taught, now, you got such a vivid imagination. Stop it and get real. Excuse me. But do you understand that when we imagine something, I'm not just making it up. In the universe of infinite possibilities, I am pinpointing one possibility. And if I hold on to that one possibility in my mind and in my knowing, it does exist. Everything that exists, okay? You got arthritis in your feet today. Somewhere, today's what, the 24th? Somewhere in this universe, there is a you on November 25th that has no arthritis. Imagination is not just, now that's physics, that's the truth, that's the true statement. Imagination is not just, let me just pretend, wouldn't it be nice if, when I can find that of all the infinite universe, let me find the me tomorrow that's feeling good, or the me 5 minutes from now is feeling good, whatever it is. Let me find that. Let me know that. Let me appreciate that. Let me give it more and more value. And if I give it enough value, and if I focus on it long enough, there's nothing else that can happen except that it comes into a third dimensional reality for me. Of gratitude, of appreciation. He said, walk as if you're kissing the earth with your feet. I know that gratitude has a way of strengthening the emotional resonance of desire. I know that gratitude makes things feel real to the subconscious mind. I know that it has a way of unblocking energy pathways, of allowing the flow of creative healing forces to do what they do. Let me tell you one more thing about this story in the scripture here. So the 10 men say, Master, come on, do something. And So Jesus does what he does. As I said, it's one thing to go to the priest, it's one thing to go to the doctor. But it's another thing when you have someone tell you and convince you that you're going to be all right. Have you ever been through that, where you're going through something and you don't really know how it's going to turn out, you're not feeling the most positive about it, and if somebody can tell you, hey, you're going to be fine, but for whatever reason you really believe that person, they appreciate something about you, they see something in you that you may not have seen yourself, they help you see it, and then sure enough, they're right. This is perhaps all that Christ did. We say, it's a powerful thing. And I've seen it where I'm learning about this, where somebody's talking to me and they're worried. They say, well, I don't know how this thing is going to go tomorrow. And I just tell them, I say, oh, you'll be fine. As a matter of fact, it's probably going to go better than you thought it was going to go. And then they come back the next day and say, you know what, you were right. You're a prophet. I say, well, you said it, not me. But is it prophecy? Is it magic dust? Or is it simply an appreciation? Is it simply a recognition and an ability to speak it? So even with Christ, this is why it's important to know and understand. He said, whatever I did, you actually can do the same thing. You got to do it. And so we're getting a little peek into this. So at a close reading, 10 men with leprosy walk up. Jesus says, go to the priest and everything will be fine. And then they say, wow, I went to the priest and everything was fine. Jesus must have some kind of magic fairy dust. It's all in us now. We have it already. And this is the point I'm trying to make. So 10 of them go. And they say, woo, and they run off. It says before they even got to the priest, they just started feeling better. And that's how it goes. Well, I got this doctor's appointment this morning, I don't know. Oh, you'll be fine. As a matter of fact, I got a suspicion that by the time you get to I won't say I've done this, I've done it, but I've seen this before. True story, I'm going to protect the names, but I had a loved one suffering hemorrhoids, uncomfortable, and I said, I looked up a little Louise Hay, I kind of prayed on him a little bit, and then I told him, you know what, everything's flowing the way it's supposed to flow, and you're gonna get to the doctor, and by the time you walk out of the doctor's office, everything's gonna be fine. Now, I wasn't just saying this. I had vibrated myself to a point of understanding of all of these things to where I knew what I was talking about. Yeah. Told them, and they went to the doctor, came out of the doctor and said, the doctor said, I don't have hemorrhoids. It was just something else, right? And then as soon as the doctor said that, I just started feeling better right away. And I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you did that. Thank you. Now, that's not even that incredible of a thing. I said, hold on. If Jesus can do it for hemorrhoids, hold on now. Right, what else is possible? But then this is what happened. So 10 of them were healed. One came back praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him. And he was a Samaritan. And without jumping all the way into that, Jews and Samaritans really did not get along at all. So a Samaritan was almost like, ugh. And one of the lessons that Jesus taught in his context was that Samaritans are people too. If he was here in LA today, he might have to let some of y'all know Republicans are people too. He might have let us know Mexicans are people too. You know, white people are people too. We cannot, or I won't say we can't because we can, but if I take that Mexican, that white person, that Republican, that other, and when I other them, what am I doing except depreciating their value? Except I'm not really depreciating their value, because it doesn't matter what I think about a person, they're still created in the image and likeness. If I try to put something on it less than the glory of what it really is, I'm only hurting one person, and it's not them. But I am defining my world. My world is full of people you can't trust. My world is full of people who are trying to tear you down. My world is full of unfairness and supremacy. And I'm calling it out. I'm appreciating that. So at every moment, you're appreciating something. And we have the choice of what it is that's going to be appreciated. So I like to quote a lot. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Well, I took 10,000 steps today. That's a whole lot of kisses. But that'll probably get us more where we say we're trying to go. There is a divinity, there is a pricelessness, there is an infinite power in everything. Now, if it's true of the carpet, so I said all that about the carpet. I didn't even get past the carpet. But then, this used to be a furniture store. Did you know that? Okay, so somebody had a furniture store, and then they were helping people, and I wonder, I think about the furniture. Where are those people? Where are their grandchildren? Where are their great-grandchildren? And now, let me put a prayer out of appreciation, because somebody, I don't know if you know much about history, somebody about 10 years before Guidance moved in here, black people could not own property on this corner. Somebody with some advanced thinking said, well, they're human beings. Let me go sell it to them. I'm standing on that. Then this was Tongva Native American land before that I'm standing on. They had wisdom. They had, somebody might be buried under here. Okay, let me take a moment and really fully appreciate and accept. And now, all that, I'm only going back 200 years. What about the other 4 billion years of what I'm standing on? The value, the appreciation, the worthiness. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet, because it is a great gift. It's a great opportunity. And there's so much more. Like I said, by the time you start digging into that, well, what about me? How many times in a row has my heart beat without stopping? How many? There's a number. And the number's gone up since I started talking. And that's really, really fortunate for me. More advanced metaphysics for you. Thanksgiving, all of these holidays. The Christmas spirit, yeah, we should have Christmas spirit all year round, right? We'll talk about that. Thanksgiving, kind of give ourselves a moment, kind of bury some hatchets or attempt to. But this is something to walk in, not just this week, but forever. We are kissing the earth with our feet. We are kissing one another with our words, with our hands, with our hearts, with our minds. And what is finer than an appreciation, a raising of the value, a raising of the presumed estimate of worth toward the truth of divinity. Let's seal that one with a moment of prayer and treatment. Recognize recognizing as much as I can recognize, as much as I can imbibe of the greatness of God, of divinity, of source, grand architect, creator, sustainer. I may not, as a human, third-dimensional being in a body, even be able to perceive it all across galaxies, across universes, across time, across infinity. I get to the end of my human rope pretty quick. But instead of just doing the human thing with its ups and downs, there's a realization, there's an invitation to play in the deep end. And you know that if you know how to swim, you can play in the deep end, it doesn't matter. The depth of beauty, the depth of sacredness, the depth of folks that, well, I just don't get along with him or her. But in the grand scheme, if we're interacting with each other somewhere across all of time and eternity, and all the people that I don't interact with, the ones that I interact with, I recognize I must be supposed to be with you. I wish they'd go away. Versus an appreciation, versus a recognition, an acceptance, an allowing. Now that opens a gateway for more positive energy to flow, for more creative thoughts and ideas to come into fruition. So may gratitude, may appreciation, may thanksgiving not be something that is limited to when something good happens. But as I'm kissing this earth with my feet, it's got to be all good. To see it and to know it. To make a happy Thanksgiving of every moment of this gift called life. And even beyond this incarnation. Amen, Ashe, and so it is.